Hi, dear Twin Flames, it's Marta from the channel Pop Paper Lab. Today I'll be speaking about three symptoms of depression that I had that were really persistent. For anyone experiencing this, I offer help for depression and twin flames, so you can reach out to me via links below. If you haven't yet, you can subscribe. Depression is a serious mental health condition. People often think that it's only like a state that's gonna persist for a few days and then you will be fine. For example, I used to joke in my high school that people often think that depression is when you can't find ideal pair of jeans, so you're sad. Like most people think depression is just something that you move through without any help, and like most people think it's like a feeling of sadness that's gonna pass with time. However, this is not the case with depression. It's a serious mental health condition for which you often require lots of support. I also read somewhere that in scientific journals that recovery from depression can take many years. Even though some people cite that depression lasts for for around 9 to 24 months, but in my case it did last much longer, and I was recovering from it from many years, if not decades. So today I'll be speaking that some symptoms of depression are sadness, like mood symptoms are sadness, anxiety, or empty feeling. In my case, I had a lot of anxiety in my life, and my depression started as I don't know how to say it in English, like depressive anxious disorder. And I was having panic attacks, I was having social anxiety, OCD. However, I didn't feel lots of sadness. I did feel sadness in the beginning when my depression started, but with time, I started to numb out, and actually, my feelings were buried deep down. And I think that depression also means like suppressing your feelings, like depressed. They become suppressed your feelings, and then it comes time when numbing out sets in, and that's really uncomfortable because I think I read somewhere that numbing out is a silent killer. You often don't know when you're numbed out. You just feel uncomfortable. Everything is gray. You don't feel the positive emotions. You don't feel the negative emotions. You feel like you're on autopilot. You're like you. I often felt like I was like a robot, and it was really uncomfortable. Uh, it took me a lot of time, lots of healing modalities to move past that numbing out, and it's often one of the most persistent symptoms. I did heal it with medication, with psychological help, psychiatrical help, with clerical help, with the mirror exercise as well, with twin flame coaches, with trauma healing. And I think that it often needs people who are recovering from depression or often need that holistic approach because often just one thing wouldn't work enough for it. Then the second symptom that I had was loss of interest and lack of motivation. I put it together because in my case they were coming together. Like for example, I used to I lost interest in almost everything, and I was only existing. And then that lack of motivation settled in because when you don't have any interest, when you don't have any happiness out of certain things that you do, you lose an interest and motivation as well. So loss of interest is really difficult and persistent symptom as well in my case. For example, I stopped watching TV completely. I didn't watch TV from almost, okay, several times per year I watched TV, but not much because I couldn't even concentrate on the what people were saying in the on the TV. I stopped reading newspapers. Okay, that's not something bad in itself, but I just want to say that I stopped doing things that I used to do before because they weren't bringing me lots of pleasure. And lack of motivation is really difficult because depression often tells you that um, you can't or you want or you don't want to do things that you need to do because you won't feel good from doing those things. And it's like a vicious cycle that you come into, and it's really hard to break it. And I just want to say that I also had lots of support in that area. I had lots of coaching, I had trauma healing, and it helped me tremendously. So I'd recommend you to contact me for more help on that. So the next symptom, the third symptom is fatigue, sleeping too much, or insomnia. I just want to say that when I stopped taking my medication for my psychotic illness, I experienced depression and insomnia, and I couldn't sleep for several years. It was, then you feel really. I didn't feel tired throughout my day. I felt disassociated. I felt derealized, depersonalized. Those are symptoms when you kind of lose connection to yourself. It comes. It's also ties up to numbing out. But for example, in my case, it felt like the world is not in 3D, but everything was really flat. I was disconnecting from my surroundings. I couldn't connect with people. I was like an observer, outside observer of my own life. Then also, I had symptom that comes closely to it. It was sleeping too much. Okay, I wasn't sleeping too much that way. I was just staying in bed for a long time. I would stay in bed till maybe 4 or 5 p.m. and I would go to bed around 1 a.m. So that was like how much 18 hours, 15 hours of lying in bed. That was really difficult, and it really comes together with low motivation, loss of interest, with empty feeling because you don't want to do much when you feel like that. And I just want to say that it's a vicious cycle. You feel empty, you feel numbed out, then you stay in bed because you don't want to do much, then you lose interest, you lose motivation. Uh, Something that I want to point out to you who are watching this video is that for depression, when it's not a like temporary feeling of sadness, of emptiness, you often need to look out for support. And I would recommend you to go to a psychiatrist or to go to your doctor so you'll get diagnosed. And if in your case it's about depression, you're feeling depressed, I would suggest you to start with medications if that's what you got prescribed, and then with lots of therapies. So that's something that I would recommend you. You can contact me as well for twin flame and depression support because I went through it. Depression can often happen on the twin flame path because that separation from God from a twin flame can invoke deep feelings of emptiness, sadness, anxiety, and you often need lots of support to overcome it. And if you need some help, I'm here for you. So see you soon. Bye.